Hello there. We are here for another Spider-Man double draft. It is pick 2, so from this draft we will take maybe Demera and Mothwing Shroud. We've played Bayo. Bayo is fabulous and it is very fun to do a lot of damage to your opponent's face. We won a match where we've done 7 damage to their face, and we've won another one where we've done 25 damage. But I think it would be better to take the 2 good white cards here and let someone else get into red. I prefer to pick 2 cards of the same color if possible from the early packs. Try and lock that down. Stay open to a second and third color as we get into pack 2 and 3. What could wheel here that we would still play is Crime Scene Instructor. That's all right. Generous Betty Ray, I hope not to, would be filler. And the Opulent Valet. This is a weaker pack for sure. What do we take out of here? We just sent the Bayo, so I don't think it's Cam. This is a 4 mana +2/+2. And is even worse, you want them to not be able to kill it by attacking and doing combat damage to a player. I guess any damage to a player. Tethix? Knife Trick? Lively Leap is the only white card that could get played here. So I think we'll take the 2 cards most likely to be played in a deck generically, but we'll be kind of unhappy with this pack in general. The Infernus is here. That's the best card. Second best card is what? Common Crook, which is really just kind of filler 2-drop. Scout the City is the only other thing I'm thinking about. There's another Lively Leap. And we'll take this and move on from yet another uninspiring pack. Now, Breako is good. And that makes me want to lean more heavily into green-black with maybe white or red as a tertiary color. We could take either a land, Merciless Enforcers, and say we're definitely black, or a Death Flame Burst. Let's take the land here, I guess. That's probably not the right play. We'll take Scout the City and Valet. Blue is probably not a colorable play, and if we're playing red, it's not going to be with Kivney, and it's not going to be with the Full Throttle Fanatic. More red, okay. We could be red-black Mayhem potentially, so I'll take Cam and Ferric over the Galvanized Workforce. There's the Galvanized Workforce there. Okay, a Trail of Teacups is good. Removal, pump, and gets a creature back for only 4 mana. That is fabulous value. And it's removal, which we're going to need to run in every kind of deck. The second best card here has got to be one of these white cards. So I hope to wheel actually a Perfected Pastry or Spectacular Tactics. Damning Caress is another powerful form of removal. We'll leave the blue cards for someone else, and I wouldn't mind at all playing a favored fighter either. Exclusive Nightclub will give us red and black if we are even playing red. Red would basically just be, I guess, the Infernus now, and the Infernus really wants you to have mountains as a main lane source in your deck. So maybe let's just take Nil and Scorpion Sting here. Say we're black line main. If Knife Trick wheels, we'll play it. Okay. Wainin would secure that we are main black, and Multiversal Passage will help smooth the lands with our 2 main colors and also help us splash for whatever our third color is. Rachnologist, you know, taps for mana of every color, but I'm not thrilled to play it. And Perilous Lunge is very easily an awkward spell. Even in a situation where you have big enough creatures, 3 mana is a lot to fight and then not have an attack, because you still take damage from the fight. Through the Omenpath is fabulous. That makes me want to play cards like Scout the City. More, we already have 2 though. Are we really going to take that? Is this just a creature? Yes, it is. We probably won't play a 3rd Scout the City or Eerie Gravestone. We might play Eerie Gravestone. I guess we have the Trail of Teacups that gets better based off what you have in the graveyard. And wow, a Damning Caress wheels. It looks like black is open. So we'll take a Caldea Brawlers here. Or actually a Deathflame Burst. Just in case we do end up playing some red. Alright, there's a Common Crook. The Treasure Crates could help us splash. And we need a certain amount of 2-drop, so we'll definitely take it. We can play red right now. Really, we don't have a good reason to. Cut this. We don't really want to play that. Knife Trick we will play. But we don't need to be red for it. Galvanized Workforce we don't play either. Wrench is another fabulous black card. Rouse is going to be a good green card. But do we want it more than Damning Caress? How many spiders do we have? None. No spiders. So I think in this case, Damning Caress will be better. It wheeled last time. But I think we want to make sure to pick up enough removal. And this is going to be life gain and removal. We have so many villains that will cast this for 3 mana almost always. I hope that rouses the Swarm Wheels, but I doubt that it will. We'll probably get a Merciless Enforcers out of this pack. Okay, Spectacular Tactics is spectacular. We'll take a Support Appearance out of this pack and hopefully wheel the Gallant Citizen. So it looks like white will be our 3rd color. So we can get some more removal in here. Where's Damning Caress? We'll put it here. Speaking of removal, there's Terrific Team Up. It is terrific. It's a much better spell than Perilous Lunge. And we'll take a Common Crook here over a Suburban Sanctuary. I believe we already have one. We'll put the red in the sideboard. Get rid of Deathflame Burst. And we'll pop Opulent Valet into the sideboard. So we'll go with the Do-Nothings over here. Ancestral Carvings grabs creatures. It does not mill them. So we'll grab a Cityscape. I guess we're not really playing anything else. We'll put this in the sideboard. Rouse the Swarm does wheel. And we have 1 spider for it. Could have 2. Do we have anything we want in web? Or is Starball just going to be a 3/3? I think it might actually be Chizak here. We can reanimate it with Trail of Teacups, and we can summon it for free through the Omenpath. So I think it's surprisingly good here, or at least better than it normally is. We'll put the Temple Trap in the sideboard if it's not already there, and be pretty happy with this deck, honestly. Demera, I believe, will actually be cut because we only have 1 other spider. It's going to basically be a 2/2. I guess Rouse would pump it to be a 3/3 and we would draw a card. We'll see. It's definitely on the chopping block. So removal over here. Put high drops over here. Perilous Lunge definitely on the chopping block. I'm probably going to say it's cut just off the bat. We have good enough removal. Eerie Gravestone over here. Demera, I think, will actually stick around just because it's flexible. 2-drop could be green or white, and we do not have very many 2-drops. It looks like just 3 Common Crooks without the Demera. So Demera actually is going to stick around. No other 2-drops to fit into that slot. Nil is going to get back a lot of creatures, 8 villains. And Mothwing Shroud is removal. So we can cut Knife Trick. It's the weakest of our removal spells. And we have one more cut here. I like Eerie Gravestone for milling cards into our graveyard for Trail of Teacups. Oh, it's to your hand. We do have Wrench and Chizak and Tethix. It is probably Chizak if we're running Eerie Gravestone. And Oeonin. Let's get rid of one of the Scout the Cities. And call that the deck. Let's figure out the mana. 5, 6, 7, 8 green sources. 7, 8, 9 black sources. And 3, 4, 5 white sources before we count our creature cards. So 5, 9 is actually, with supportive parents, 6, 10. So we can cut a swamp, add a forest, and be reminded that common crooks will also die into treasure tokens that we can use to cast our white spells. These are also typically cast later. This can be cast for green, and these removal spells will be cast later. So I think we can actually cut this down to 1 plains and add another forest. 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 7, 8. We could do 9, 9, because we have 3 crooks. And then feel pretty good about it. All right. This deck has some power. We'll definitely need to look out to just not dying to not having very many 2-drops, as this is best of 1. That being said, we have a lot of efficient removal. If we have the white mana to cast cards like Spectacular Tactics and Sudden Strike, or we can kill X3s with Scorpion Sting, we'll be able to clear the board. Plus, Damning Caress is going to be 3 mana and gain us some life a lot of the time, as we have like 8 villains in this deck. Some villain recursion even with nil. Let's keep this. Nothing till turn 3, and this isn't something we want to play on turn 3, but Trail of Teacups is so powerful, I would like to hold on to this. Plus we're on the draw. Alright, slow start for our opponent, which is good. We're having a slow start ourselves. Wardens. Is it Mayhem deck? Let's slam down Tamara. Oh, who actually is not a spider herself. She's a human performer, so she won't even get pumped by Rouse the Swarm. This isn't a perfect deck by any means. Rouse is not targeting very many spiders. I think it's just Chizak. In fact, Chizak should maybe be cut. But it's just going to be so sweet to cast Chizak off through the Omenpath if we get that opportunity. Alright. 2 mana, he can't hold up counter. This is not a villain, so we can't get it back. Let's play a swamp and play out Trail of Teacups. Two damage is not enough, unfortunately. That was awkward. But it does put a Leonin in the graveyard for our nil to go fetch back. It's a cast Sadistic String 4 for 2 mana, but it doesn't use the rest of this mana. We will hold up Scorpion Sting with supportive parents here. Alright, just the Sadistic String Puller is attacking. Let's try to Scorpion Sting it now. We succeed. Didn't even pause like he had anything there, so it looks like he doesn't have protection or counterspell. He could be passing very fast, but I very much doubt that's the case in Bronze, to be honest. Aris, that needs to die. So let's bring back Demera, because we'll bring back the Leonin with what? With Nil. Okay, so the sequence of plays I think has to be play out Nil, then Damning Caresses Euharis before he is able to deal damage to any target and get value off it. And we'll just have to give him 2 damage and the ability to cast something with Mayhem this turn. Demerit plus Rouse the Swarm is going to be nice. We will get to slam this down and draw a card. Then we'll have 4 creatures be able to tap for 2 mana and should be able to spit out Bane-marked Leonin again, assuming he doesn't remove something. Ruzik, booed but victorious. This can easily become a downside when you have to discard a card at upkeep. Oh no. Does he bring a creature? Does he have another shock for nil? Alright, here we go. Demera into Rouse. I guess we will need to tap creatures to get this out. So we won't be able to slap down the Leonin. We don't have a land for it. We'll be 1 mana short. It does stop us from drawing a card, unfortunate. Okay, now the plan is to just kind of survive and let Ruzik live. I think he will end up running out of cards, yep, that have Mayhem in his hand, and will have to actually exhaust his hand with Ruzik. Even if he has to get rid of lands, that's still kind of bad. He has 5 and a treasure token, which seems like a lot, but in this set, he'll end up using a lot of land. Yep. There it is. Clandestine work, right? He's going to have 4 cards and not enough. 5 cards and not enough mana to cast them all. 2 lands to his graveyard, okay. Ruzik, come on through. That's alright to see. Breako is only 2 mana. We have 2 5 mana. Let's slam down Tethix. I think is actually going to be these 2. Okay, he had to get rid of a real card. It's already happened. It's a real bad card, but... Oh no, that is not a real bad card. In fact, it might have been correct to get rid of Terwa there. Now I can draw the best of 3 cards there, but he's probably assuming he can remove our Reach Spider and then attack us in the air. If he attacks with Ruzik, we will trade here so that we can get Tethix in the graveyard and make our Reach creature big enough to block Terwa without dying. We can also cast Chizak, who will have Reach. Just think about sending Ruzik. He does not, actually. I think he realizes we'll also draw a card if he sends Ruzik and we trade for it off Breako. Carlo Suave Schemer is a good one. But he will be back in a top decking situation as soon as he, yep, I guess he won't have anything to discard his upkeep. Okay, I think it's just slam Chizak and hold up Spectacular Tactics. Does he get the treasure token without discarding the card? He does. Alright, he's got nothing. Great. He still has enough mana to surveil, so he doesn't have to attack with Terla. Even though he's invested the mana, he won't miss out on anything by not attacking. Okay, my turn. Scout the city. We could kill it if we want to, but I think it's better to attack with Tethix. And see what happens. He takes 4 damage. That's what happens. Okay. And I don't want to kill Terla right now, especially since he'll be able to choose the best of 3 cards with it. I'm going to wait to see what mode of Scout the City we'll use is. Unfortunately, we do send through the Omenpath to the graveyard there. And we'll set a stop at his end step, because with the mana we can create with supportive parents, we can actually surveil before we draw. I guess we will protect that. He can give menace to his Terla otherwise. Ooh, and it actually tapped our surveil land. 2, 1, 2, 3. I guess we'd be a mana short anyways. We'll surveil here. Goodbye. Terrific team up. Okay. We'll hold on to that one. Oh. Please stop at combat. Cool. And we'll attack with Tethix again. Alright, we'll just let this happen. Draw a card off Boogaloo. Slam down the Crook. Now, the good news is, if Terla dies, even though he'll still get the value from the graveyard, we will also draw a card off Braco. He's looking at 15 cards left in deck. Well, we only have 13, so we will mill first. Another Ruzik. Wow. We use Terrific Team up here? I don't think so. Okay, Sudden Strike. Death Touch Trample is pretty cool. I think we will attack Witch Isaac here. Two, 3, 4 mana open, so we can play Terrific Team Up and Sun Strike to get the combat outcome we so desire. Okay, 3-1. I'm tempted to let Braco die here, honestly. So if we pumped, we do 16. Just about to his face, 15 to his face. That's a lot. I think taking him to 2 is a very good thing to do, because it will leave him with a board state where any creature will have lethal, right? So this will be 9 power, 8, 8, 16. Oh, he'll be at 1 actually. So will he just be dead if we 9, 8, 17? Yeah, kill this. Let's do that then. Yeah, that's right. And we found lethal. From 17, that's pretty cool. That's probably the farthest out we've had lethal from. Apart from, I guess we'll do one more because Breaker will pump again. Terrell is tied with the Full Throttle Fanatic for greatest power. Nice. But I think we did 25 damage to an opponent's face before. I don't know how much health they had, but killing them from 17 health is probably the highest damage we've done to actually kill them in one turn. Nice. I think the deck is good. We have multiple ways that we can really pull ahead and win. We happen to even mill open through the Omenpath to the graveyard there, and that's probably our most powerful card. Common Crook. Pastry is a good card. It looks like it's just going to be a gain 3 life mulligan for him this game. But I've really come around on it, especially in the decks that have a bunch of pigeons. Look at all those chickens. what I think of when I see the pigeons. Okay, what's he gonna do? Flash in a alley lurkers? Or a demi? Yep, he's gonna flash in alley lurkers. Cool. So he'll be able to connive off this, but I don't think we hold back the common crook. Maybe we do. I guess he had double white instead of double blue. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just kill his free strider aces. So we can chill. Yeah, let's see what we draw off. Very brave stuff first. Guess another crook. Let's play it like we're the control player. Should we? This is better for terrific team up. We get treasure tokens if he removes our creatures, so this is fine, I think. Gets rid of a counterspell, okay. Is that because he has the more expensive counterspell? Luminoso, interesting. Plays that post-combat. That is definitely a card we would want to get rid of with Mothwing Shroud. But as it stands... Alright, he can attack as a 5/4. We're just gonna have to cast this as is. We can't play Tethix and then wait. Probably taking another 4 or 5 damage here. Rid of another playable, so be it. Three, 5. We'll slam down our surveil land. Play out Tethix here. If he has +2/+2 and flying, then we're just dead here. Oh, we're just dead here, period. Unfortunate. So alternative line was killing his lurkers earlier in the match, or his first strike giver with Scorpion Sting. But I don't know if that was actually a better play, or just looks like it was in hindsight. We have through the Omenpath, and we have no black, but we have Scout the City to go fetch another land and gain some life. So we will keep this. Rouse the Swarm is going to help gain some life as well. We will play it right now. Chizak is something we want to hit off through the Omenpath, so it's unfortunate we get this, but I guess we'll take just a swamp to avoid losing 2 life. pass. Unfortunate for our opponent. Stuck on 2 lands, has to throw away a card to hand size. That's not fun. Okay, but he has Snatchback on a token, so I don't feel bad for him. Yeah, if he hits a land here. Play the Crook. And 3, 5, 6. Be 1 mana away from playing through the Omenpath, but we'll be able to slam down a Chizak here. I guess we'll attack first. See if he has alley lurkers. Try and bait that out if he is also potentially holding up a counter spell. And the good news is, if he counters Chizak, then we have the potential to draw a land next turn and play through the Omenpath without a counter spell open. Okay, we do not, but Trail of Teacups is still pretty good. Let's play that out. No. Oh, wait. What did we hit? Oh, we had Chizak in the graveyard. My turn. Okay. 3, 6, 7. So he does die, unfortunately, and that also means we're not playing through the... Yeah, we are playing through the Omenpath, actually, because we can spend this treasure token. There's no way he has counterspell. Cool. Alright, let's take nil, get back a villain, and then be in a pretty good spot. Opponent is unfortunately still on... Well, there it is, 4th land. 3 lands. This is going to come in tapped. Chizak is not a bad one. You could have counterspell, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess we can play the Crook first after we attack. Vraco. That's fabulous. Not counterable because it wasn't cast. Whack 2. It's alright. Draw a card. And play Tethix. And slam down a common Crook. And be happy with our board state. We will play out for us as well. Why not? Terla, that's a good one. Probably not enough at this point. So 4, 6, 9, 3, 5. I guess we'd be short. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guess we can Scorpion Sting it here. Did we play a land for a turn? No. So let's see if we draw a land for turn. It's probably better to... No. Exile. Okay. So this is going to be ultimate greed. But exile, try and draw a land. Is it... This dies, so Mothwing Shroud was actually a mistake. We probably should have Scorpion Stung, trigger Breako to draw a card, and whether or not we hit a land, would still be able to slam a Chizak there. all 3 colors. We'll keep Attack Tarantula, Salad. Don't mind seeing that. I feel like in this set, just 3 mana to equip for +2/+2 is not good enough, especially at sorcery speed. Damning Caress is Crime Scene Instructor while he has nothing to counterbalance. And because we just have a ton of removal hanging out. These are basically 3 removal spells. Might as well be mana efficient. Clears board. It's not like Crime Scene Instructor is a juicy target, but alright. Let's try and hit something off Trail Teacups. We could try to mill with the Bane Marked Wayon in first, but I think slaying Trail Teacups and hit some. There we go, there's Breako. That'll be enough to knock us down. And Bane Marked Wayon in will help mill to try and get a good target here, but Breako is probably going to be what we can bring back. Oh, except that we can bring him back with Nil. I don't want to remove all targets from our graveyard, so I'm not going to play Nil out this turn. I'm going to play Bane Marked Wayon in. But we can attack with Common Crook first. Ooh, Wrench. Is Wrench a villain? Wrench is a villain. Wrench is coming back. If he equips Saddle, that'd be great. Don't mind seeing Priest Rider aces either. He'll do 3 damage. That's totally fine. Land is great. We can play Wrench this turn, so let's do that. Or we could play Nil and then Breako. Is that better, actually? Three. What a turn. I figure this sequence is the best because we'll be able to get Breako out for death triggers. We'll get basically 2 bodies out, more power and toughness, and we'll save a mana off Breako and Wrench, supposing that Nil survives this turn. And it probably will. It's probably the 3rd best target if he has removal or bounce. Unstable Experiment is fine. We love to see our opponent dirty. We're so far ahead on board. And whatever attack he puts out here will take for 3. He has mana open. If not, it'd be worth maybe triple blocking so that we could draw a card off Breako. But as it stands, we could put a 1/1 counter or +2/+2. Another Unstable Experiment. I guess if he had 4 power, yeah, he could kill 2 creatures with first strike. Anyways, let's play Wrench. Let's see what we get. Does not have counterspell mana. Okay, Hide in Mundanity is going to be a pick, and then probably Principled Ref. Yeah, it's going to be Principled Ref. Just to be mana efficient, let's cast Hide and Mundanity here. And attack with our Bane Mark Wave. Nil feels like such a solid card when you play him. I seem to always be getting back high value villain cards. I think it could just be a combination of when I'm playing him in villain decks, it's because I've been pushed into the villain deck by powerful rares like Braco and Watcher on the Road, and that's who he's fetching back, and then playing for cheap. There's the boy right there. See, this is where he's worse. He's not getting anything back, and he'd just be a 3-mana 2/2. But we'll keep this hand. Trail of Teacups. It's great. And if we get some creatures, we'll be able to convoke out through the Omenpath. Basically get to a state where all we have to do to win the game is survive while through the Omenpath lose value. Wrench is good, but we don't want to see him this early. Is it only when you cast him? When he enters. Three colors, red, green, black. Ooh, he is not running a regulation size deck. He has 35 plus 5, 40. He's running 44 cards in his deck. And I think we do just pass here. This is looking like a pretty awkward starting hand. We have some of our most expensive cards. And then Trail of Teacups can miss if we don't get 3 power. If we don't get a creature with 3 or more power in the graveyard, then this won't actually remove a spell, and Terrific Team Up will not actually remove a creature card. If we don't have the creatures on the board to cast it. Okay. We are still going to play it. Braco and Chizak. Fabulous. You can get Chizak and then bring Nil back. Bring Braco back with Nil. He has a Braco of his own. Same thing as the last match. We can play Nil and summon Braco on the same turn. Unless he kills Nil in response to this. Does he realize Braco is castable for 2 mana? He does. Terrific Team Up. Gonna let us kill Braco before he gets value, so let's do that in response. Then he doesn't get to draw a card off killing our greatest power creature. Nice. I think that sequence was still beneficial to us. We'll get back. I think I better get back Nil. 3, then we'll have 3 mana left over for Mothwing Shroud. And that will stop him from playing Tefix in the graveyard. Won't trigger Braco's draw spell because it's not dying. But even if he kills Braco here, unless he exiles it, we're going to get it back in mill. In fact, if he plays another creature and it looks like we can attack and trade, we will. Alternatively, we have a force in hand. We can play through the Omenpath. And it looks like he won't block, so we will slam down through the Omenpath. He's green, he could have Selesnya Archivist, but we'll get the first creature out of combat here unless we totally whiff. Hit him with a thanks. Card from the name of the set. Okay, Tefix. Our own. That is totally fine. We'll get back Braco with nil, play it for a total of a 5 mana expenditure, and still have 3 mana left over to do whatever we want. Which is potentially nothing. We have just Wrench in our hand. Okay, Temple Trap. Not a spider, not a spider. We'll play nil. We'll go get Braco. Play Braco. Get something from through the Omenpath. And that's 4 creatures on board in 1 turn. Nice. They have Brawlers. Just barely wins combat there. We can play Wrench, because it's the most fun thing to do. Vigo. We can't cast this yet, but we just need a treasure, or we could steal one of his lands. Take Kazuo and Vigo. Don't have any target creature cards for him, but how many cards do we have left? 17? We'll actually take a crook so that we're farther away from milling ourselves to death here. wonder if this Firebrain scheme is more of a constructed deck card. The Clutter Cluster. So he's going to tap Leyline Weaver. Oh. We're just going to play Nil if we get back. Breako. Cool. It's going to be worth killing that. Draw a card off our Breako. Well, actually, we don't have our Breako right now. Do we kill it? Or do we kill the 4/5? I guess we can just kill it right now. Zero. Come in. Kill his Nil. His, not his Nil, his Leyline Weaver instead of his Nil. Let's make his Vigo a 5/5. His Death Touch, so you can double blocks here. Yeah, kill both his creatures. Is he dead if we just swing out here? So 2, 4, 5, 6. No, he's not. 4 get through. We do 8 damage. I don't know if he realized that both his creatures would die to Death Touch there or not. The Fawn is not going to do anything. Three, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. He'll actually live at 3 here if he blocks Kazuo. Or if he blocks parents, go to 1. Trail of Teacups is a good one, but it's not a Villainous Wrath, so it doesn't give him a chance to win. 4 is not enough to kill Kazuo either. Looks like he'll kill Wrench, and then we'll just kill him on the crackback. I think a Surveil is unnecessary here. We know all his cards. Good game. Wow, we just have some disgusting turns in terms of how many creatures we can get onto the board. With Nil, bring back cards that we can play for cheap, and with Through the Omenpath, giving us a free card every combat. This deck was great, and I have had so much more success in this set as soon as I opened up to playing 3 colors. We end up with the amount of removal that we need so much more often, and then you just get to play more impactful, powerful bombs like Through the Omenpath and Breako and Wrench, and have ways to recur them. So that was great. I will talk to y'all next time.